Hey guys, it's always an exciting day when we get to show you a brand new truck here on TFL Truck, and today is one of those days. Meet the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Now in this video, we're gonna run down everything you need to know about the Gladiator, all the specs, all the power numbers, towing, payload, everything. But make sure you stay tuned to the channel over the next 2 days, because the Gladiator was just revealed at the Los Angeles Auto Show. Roman and Andre are both at the show, and they're gonna be bringing you continuing coverage of the new Gladiator, including an interview with a top-ranking Jeep executive. So make sure you come back to TFL Truck for all kinds of news on the Gladiator, but for now, let's dive into those specs. So this new midsize truck from Jeep shares its platform and much of its styling with the new JL Wrangler. Now, that's plainly obvious when you just look at this truck. It's clearly a brother of the JL. But its dimensions have been stretched to accommodate that 5-foot box, the only bed option for the Gladiator. Now the wheelbase of the Gladiator is 19.4 inches longer than that of a four-door Wrangler, while the truck's frame is 31 inches longer. Now the total wheelbase comes in at 137.3 inches, while the truck is a total of 218 inches long, 73.8 inches wide, and 75 inches tall when equipped with the soft top. Okay, that's enough dimensions. Now, what is under the hood? Well, the only engine available for the Gladiator at launch is a 3.6-liter V6, making 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, the same numbers it makes over in the Wrangler. Now, an 8-speed automatic will no doubt be the transmission of choice, but Jeep continues to offer a 6-speed manual as standard equipment, and we appreciate that. The V6 won't be the only option though. A 3-liter diesel is also coming to the Gladiator, but it will not be here until 2020, but it might be worth the wait. Power numbers for the diesel are rated at 260 horsepower and 442 pound-feet of torque. So what about the capacities? Well, the top payload rating on the Jeep Gladiator is 1,600 pounds, and that is when it's equipped with the manual transmission because the manual's a little lighter. Now, maximum tow rating for the Gladiator comes in at 7,650 pounds. That makes it the best gas-powered mid-size truck when it comes to towing. The Colorado Diesel and GMC Canyon Diesel, well, they still retain that best-in-class moniker with their tow rating of 7,700 pounds. The Gladiator will be offered in 4 different trims. You're gonna have Sport, Sport S, Overland, and Rubicon. And now that you have that info, let me give you a little bit more context on the towing numbers. So the top towing Gladiator is a Gladiator Sport with the 8-speed automatic. Now, if you do get a Gladiator Overland, and the Overland is basically the luxury trim, that Overland trim with the manual transmission can pull 4,000 pounds, while an automatic Overland is good for 6,000 pounds. If you do go for that off-road focused Rubicon model, well, manual models can tow 4,500 pounds, while automatic Rubies are good for 7,000 pounds of towing. Now, curb weight from the Gladiator starts at 4,650 pounds for a Gladiator Sport with a manual transmission, and the heaviest Gladiator is a Rubicon with an automatic, which comes in at 5,072 pounds. And just for the record, that manual transmission, well, it weighs just 22 pounds less than the automatic. So regardless of which trim you get, you're gonna get 2 solid Dana 44 axles with coil springs all around, including a 5-link coil spring rear suspension in the back, similar to what is found underneath the Ram 1500. Now, if you go for one of the non-Rubicon models, you're going to be getting the Command Track transfer case with a 2.72:1 low range ratio and a 3.73 rear axle ratio. Buyers of non-Rubicon models can also go for the track lock limited slip differential in the rear as an option. So what do you get if you do go for the Rubicon? Well, the Gladiator Rubicon comes with the Rock Track transfer case, good for a 4:1 low range ratio, and it is hooked up to a 4:10 rear axle ratio. Now the Rubicon has a total of 11 inches of ground clearance, water fording is rated at 30 inches, and one new option on this truck is 33-inch Falken Wild Peak mud terrain tires that you can get on the Rubicon straight from the dealership. Approach angle for the Gladiator Rubicon comes in at 43 degrees, while departure measures in at 26 degrees. Non-Rubicon models will make do with just 40.8 degrees of approach and 25 degrees of departure. Now, just like in the Wrangler, an electronically disconnecting sway bar in the front is also part of the Gladiator Rubicon package. A new front camera has also been added to the Gladiator that is meant for off-road use. It's mounted at the top of the grille, and it will show you what is immediately in front of the truck, and it's supposed to help you out on the trail, and Jeep even installed a little washer just for that camera. So the Gladiator is now officially the only convertible mid-sized pickup truck, and that is pretty cool. So there are 3 different roof options. 2 of them are hardtops. There's an all black hardtop and then a body color hardtop, and both of them have what are called freedom panels. So panels at the front of the roof which can be removed to give you sort of a convertible feeling. But then you can go for the Sunrider soft top, which can actually fold back into 2 different settings, sort of halfway back and then all the way back, to give this Gladiator a totally open air feel. And of course, the doors can be removed and the windshield still folds down. Now, looking at the bed, Jeep has gone with an all steel bed for the walls and for the floor, and has included a couple neat convenience features like the trail rail cargo system, a 3-prong power outlet, and plenty of tie down locations. Now the tailgate has been damped, and Jeep included a clever little stopper by the tailgate hinges that allows you to sort of hook the little tailgate cables onto it, so you can actually have 3 different positions for the gate to stop in, which is kind of neat. Now inside the bed there is 44.8 inches between the 2 wheel wells, which isn't that wide. That's not even quite wide enough for most standard ATVs to fit. But the interesting thing about the Gladiator, look at where the wheel wells are. They're very far forward. They're basically as far forward as you can get in that bed, so a lot of stuff will fit behind them before they get in the way. Rubicon models get standard rock rails, and one of the interesting things with the truck are the rock rails that come all the way back to the rear bed corners. Now the rear bed corners are really susceptible when you're off-road, so Jeep has made sure to protect them with these nice thick rock rails. So what is the back seat like? Well, the Gladiator offers 38.3 inches of legroom, which is actually the best in the segment, and some new storage options. Underneath the seat, there is a lockable storage bin that stretches the width of the cab. Those seats, the backs fold down and the bottoms fold up, so you have 2 different configurations for better storage. And for some of those fun days out on the trail, one of the cool things that Jeep puts back here is a Bluetooth speaker. There's actually a little docking area. You stick it in there, it charges, and when you're not using it, it's hidden behind the seat. You can grab it out of there and take it out and go have some fun. For infotainment, the 2020 Gladiator has 3 different Uconnect systems depending on the trim you get. It starts with Uconnect 5-inch, then you can get the 7-inch screen, or the top model is the 8.4-inch nav model. Now both the 7 and 8.4-inch screens include both Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Other tech inside includes 2 USB ports and a USB-C port up front, and 2 USB ports for rear seat passengers. A 115-volt outlet is also available inside the cab of the Gladiator. The new Jeep Gladiator is going to be built in Toledo, Ohio, alongside the Wrangler JL. We have no pricing yet to share on the Gladiator, and if you want one of these trucks, it is supposed to be on sale in the second quarter of 2019. Well guys, I cannot wait for us to get our hands on this Jeep Gladiator. No doubt the guys down in Denver are gonna put this thing to the test. I wanna get one here in Ontario and take it off-road and really see what this truck is all about. So make sure you come back to the channel just in the next few days for more Gladiator, and then in the coming months as we finally get behind the wheel. Now don't forget to hit subscribe and come back to TFL Truck as always for the latest news, views, and real world reviews. See ya.